Excuse me. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Appreciate having you. Please feel free to shout out if you have any questions in the comments. Say hi. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you can hear me very well. Take my jacks and ream open this blowpipe that I blew a bubble through, putting all my glass around the side to be more of a collar. I'm going to use this collar of glass to pick up my canes once they're heated up. Once I get my canes heated up, I'll be able to use this to stick to the ends of the canes, roll them up on here. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and put it away in the oven. Leave it in my pipe warmer. Let it cool down until I'm ready for it. So I'm going to go ahead and preheat my Pastorelli fork so that I can have it ready to pick up the canes. The canes are sitting in an oven. They're holding right around 1,000 degrees. They're going to be easily introduced. We'll use our other fork, I guess. That other fork needs too much work to be in use. This one should be just fine. Just going to be rotating this. We're going to rotate the canes to allow them to heat evenly from all edges. Eventually, we'll squish them together so that they fuse together. And then we're going to end up rolling them up on the end of that blowpipe you saw me have earlier. Just going to leave them in the heat here until they all start to glow, and then they'll be fusing together. So I'll have a lot more of one sheet instead of multiple canes rolling around. The heat is what sticks them together, so when they get hot, glass sticks to things that are hot. Now, each time I come out, you'll see that it's been heated a little more evenly throughout, starting to glow. If I take my tweezers, I can just push gently on the edges and make sure that they're all sticking together. Now I know I can remove my Ferrettis. One gentle little squish here. It's pretty good. That's all it's fused into one sheet. Let's rotate it one more time, take another heat, and then we'll leave it here until we're ready to actually roll it up. This will be a heat just for soaking in a little extra temperature. Okay, that'll be warm enough for right now. I'm going to go on over and get my collar out of the pipe warmer here. Heat it up back over here in the furnace. Get it to the point where it's just glowing. That's all I need is a slight, dull, glowing color. Just going to leave it there. Smoothly hanging out inside the heat, and then I'm going to go pick up my canes and bring them back and heat them up too. Once the canes have gotten back up to a dull red glow and my collar has gotten up to a dull red glow, I'll be easily able to stick them together and roll up the canes on the end of the blowpipe. Okay, so I've been in the heat for quite a while, soaking in the temperature into the canes. I can see they're evenly heated now. Except I see that I need to rotate them again. So we're gonna rotate them real gently and then bring my collar over. Now that my collar is nice and hot, I can just gently touch on, roll. You see where they're going to be stitched up to create a nice even vertical seam. I don't need to do that just yet. First, I need to close up this door. And I'm going to go ahead and put this heavy thing away, out of my way. Get back to that again later. Now, see, I can heat up the canes on the end of the pipe. Make it so that they touch and they stitch up nice and even. Then we'll seal off the end and stitch that up, sealing it off. This takes a little curling around, then you touch them together. No. Sorry, we missed that, guys. I gotta go fix my camera. I'll be right there. Hang on. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. Camera was frozen. But now I'm back to the heat. I have it stitched up as a nice even cylinder, you may see. Now, I'm going to heat this up and slowly building temperature into it will let me smooth out the surface, seal off the end, which will give me a bubble that can be blown out. Now that I've marvered it, smoothed it out, I can sit down at the bench, take my jacks, and just gently neck down the end of this here. I'll save that little button that looks nice. Each time I come out of the heat, I'm gonna smooth it out on the table to keep it all nice and straight cane. Pulling the tip a little extra down here by just rolling on the table gently. Each time I come out of the heat, I'm going to be holding it up, allowing it to squish back towards the pipe. Then I'll be marvering it to smooth it out and re-blowing it out eventually, and we'll start making this into a nice little piece. I'm not going to gather glass on the outside of this. We're just going to use 100% canes for this piece. See how it blows out. So first, hold it up, and we'll marver it to straighten out the sides. At this point, I have ability to be able to spin it if it gets off straight lines again. I kind of shift it right back into place. Now I've got it all stitched up, sealed off, and evened out in heat. I can start blowing it out to the shape it's going to be. First step is to cut the jack line in and create the constriction that'll be where the piece breaks off. Okay. Can I answer any questions for anybody while I have a second here? Without my hands full, at least. I'm going to start making some more cups with out of the Supios that I have. They're Celadon and black. I'm trying to get the Celadon and black to show up nice and dominant. With a little accent of color also, of course. Appreciate everybody being here. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Live on YouTube and Twitch today. Hope everybody's having a good one. Get ready for a good weekend. Hey, dear Rundle. I know you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out today. Getting ready to, I'm just heating up some pipes right now, getting ready to pick up some Supios and make some cups. If I can answer any questions for you all, shout them out. Let me know how the feed looks on the vertical feed also. Got to make sure all the music and, well, the mics are working. Dear Rundle, is this the first time hanging out on YouTube? Haven't seen you here before, I don't think. I think you're one of my Twitchies, right? Have I told you yet that I went to Arundel High School? Graduated from Arundel High School? Oh, I did tell you that. Yeah. Easy fact. Let me show you what I did yesterday. You'll see why I'm kind of trying to redo these pieces again. This over here. It's 2 Supio cups that I made yesterday. And you can see it kind of doesn't matter how close I bring them to the camera. You can barely see the lines in there. And there's like 13 black lines and 13 Celadon lines wrapped around like 8 times each. I thought they would show up a whole lot better than they really did. The blue looks really heavy on top, and that's a thin lip wrap of blue. So. Oh, I hadn't told you that? Cool, okay, sorry. Got a little delay in our chat here, so bear with me. These are the cups that I would like to remake better. You see how faint that color is on there? Those started out as this, which you can see has nice dominant black and celadon lines, 13 celadon lines, 13 black lines all the way around. And then we gather up on it, twist it into oblivion, and I learned yesterday that it is possible to twist too far. Oblivion is too much to at least get your colors to show up well. So that's what we're working on right now. Yeah, the glasses are nice. They're just a little washed out in color. I'll put them up for sale, but they're considered seconds in my mind. They don't really have the saturation of a first quality piece. I mean, as I stand back at them, they look ghostly, which is kind of cool, but that blue looks too heavy to me. Hey, Racing Kid, you're here. Hey, guess what the fiber guys said today? I'll bet you can guess. Fiber guys said, oh man, that other team screwed up. Yeah, we got to go get a thing. We'll be back. Which everybody knows is exactly how they get out of coming back for 3 months. No, they did not get it up. They said, oh, well, we're really close, but those other guys, they made us have to do this other thing, and now we have to go somewhere and do something else before we come back. Classic. Or something. It is kind of funny how each team consists of a different group of dudes that all say that the last group of dudes didn't do it right. Yeah, right. Oh, we don't have that. We got to, run to the hardware store. We'll be right back. Oh, you thought we were coming back today? No. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our cane pattern rolled up onto the bubble. We have an open end down here. I know that I can blow through the bubble clearly, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to be going in to gather up on it anyways, so I don't need to bother sealing this end of the bubble off yet. It's going to get sealed off inherently. Notice how we have 13 Celadon canes, 13 black canes lined up as even as I could get them. I got about 11 pieces of these cane sections here out of the last pull that I did. So let's go on over and take a gather. I'm going to dip this part in the water. We're going to super quench that. Might even hear it quench. See, now it's frozen up down there. Need to get my blow hose ready. Now we're going to stay in the heat until this whole bubble is warm. Even that tip is going to be warm again, but the rest of the bubble is going to be warmer since the rest of it wasn't cooled down in the water. I'm going to grab that little frozen up knob down there and hold it while I spin the bubble. Eventually I'll start to add a little air pressure into it too. Now we'll blow it out larger. Okay. Got a question on YouTube here for Spark Hill. The reason that I use that little thing on the jacks towards the end, and I'll be showing you again towards the end of this piece, so that I can paddle and open, keep that lip trued up without wobbling on me. Two things at once. Okay. Now I've got the bottom half of the cup finished up. I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to cool the whole thing and flash it to make sure the temperature is balanced out. Then we're going to punty up the bottom, break it off the end here, and open up this side of the shoulder. Flash it, let it hang there for a bit. Squeeze and tap right off. Now, right now I'm just staying back, trying not to introduce the glass to the heat too fast because I don't want to shock it. But once I know that it's not going to break from being heated again, I can walk away from it, put my pipe away, have a seat, and kind of inspect it for a second, make sure there's no glass chips inside. I think I might see one. Little booger. Oh, where'd it go? You have a glass chip? No, you're just an impurity in the glass. All right, no glass chips. Moving on. First step is going to be to pull and trim the lip, and then we're going to wrap it up with that jade pastel green color that I have. Seraphine, hi, how are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi. Hope you're having a good day. You caught us at a good time. We're finishing up one cup, getting ready to start on another soon. Kind of a simple day of simple cups, but trying to make them nice. So they're not just plain old cups. Hope everybody's having a nice Friday. It's a beautiful day around here finally. It warmed up a little bit. It was frigid this morning. Difficult piece I've worked on. Thanks for asking. You may see some of the stemware on my website, or I mean my Etsy page. That some of that stemware up here would be it. I'd say most complicated pieces of stemware I've made. I don't have anymore. Of course, they sold off or something. I don't know. I really love these bonsai cloud pieces that I do with my buddy Eli. They're fun. They're very complicated to make. But big picture, as far as my own work goes, I really do like these impressionist color pattern pieces that I've done in the past and I'm looking to get back to. They are complicated in just the color pattern, not so much in the blowout or the making of. Okay, so put that lip wrap around the edge of the lip. Now the first time I work on it, I'm really just going to be focusing on cooling the lip wrap to go along with the rest of the piece. So it's so much hotter than the rest of the wall thickness that it's going to stay that way until it gets cooled in place. So let's cool it that way. Underneath, inside. Just trying to balance out the temperature from top to bottom, inside, outside of this goopy little lip wrap, so it stays put as I open the rest of the piece. Oh, hey, Racing Kid on Twitch. By the way, I got my chandelier cam working again. That took forever. So anybody on Twitch, if you feel like throwing me a follow, or if you'd be so kind as to subscribe to my channel, then you get a nice little gift as you subscribe. I'm not going to tell you more. But we'll all know when you do. Now, go ahead and slip these on so I have the ability to get in there and paddle the lip while I'm opening. It's a neat little gadget that I gotta say I invented. No one ever thought to do that in their entire life before me for the last 2,000 years of glass blowing. Of course, I'm kidding. It's just a super simple little device that helps a lot. You need it to. Watch this. Go on in, we push down, we paddle gently. I hold that angle while I keep the lip nice and trued up. Here we go. Now that's a flat lip. Now there's a lot of things I can do. I'm going to go back in and reshape the whole outside of the piece. I don't mean really reshape, I mean kind of fine tune valve bits. Simple little cup, but we're going to make it more interesting. If you can believe it. If you actually think it could get more interesting, believe it or nay, doing it. See if there's any oxygen in my tank. Got propane. Oh no, we can't use that tank. I forgot. Hang on, let's get even more and more interesting. Not just interesting, more interesting. All right. There we go. Now we're going to soak up the heat in the side of the wall. All right. More interesting. Okay, looks good enough. Let's go ahead and give it a last flash down. All right, cool. Let me see, do I have another to do it again? I do. I have one more to do. How's everybody doing today? In case anybody wasn't here earlier, let me show you what it is we're working on. Let's These are very faint lines in the twists. We're trying to make those lines a little more, show them up a little more, if you know what I mean. Actually, you know what, guys? It's time for me to head out of here for the day. I do have to get going. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'll be back on Sunday teaching a class, and Monday, what am I doing Monday? I'm making glass all day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 5 next week. So I appreciate if you guys would come back and hang out. I'm going to make sure to be live on YouTube and on Twitch every day, if I can. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here, YouTube. You guys are awesome. Seraphine, see you again, I'm sure. Bruce Park, I hope I was able to answer your question. Dear Rundle, I'll see you again.